Okay, so if I'm being honest, given how significant the wireless earbuds market has become, I never felt as though Google really broke through the competition. The Pixel Buds to me have always been above average, but they never really stood out too hard from the crowd. So I was kind of surprised when Google, in addition to the Pixel 6a, announced these guys, the brand new Pixel Buds Pro. I wasn't going to pick these up, but curiosity did get the best of me, and my local Best Buy had one pair left, and I've been using them for about a week now, and no lie, I'm pretty impressed at how much I've been enjoying these. Now, does that mean I think they're worth the $199 price tag? Well, that's what I want to talk about, so hit that like button and let's just jump right into it. Okay, first, let's talk about design and form factor. The Pixel Buds Pro have a striking resemblance to the regular Pixel Buds and the Pixel Buds A offerings. Once you open up the box, you'll see that it maintains the oval-shaped case made out of a matte, kind of soft touch finish, which I like. The case has a nice eggshell color, and the buds themselves come in multiple different colorways. Charcoal was the only one available at the time when I picked these up, and I think they look really nice. Very simple and straightforward, though I do think that the other more colorful options are nice as well. The case is one of the things I really like about the Pixel Buds Pro design. Most companies that offer a Pro version of their earbuds oftentimes has to bulk up the size of the case, but this is pretty much the same size as the non-Pro offerings, and Google continues to make a really good Zippo-like latch that's easy to open and provides a satisfying clack when you close them up. The earbuds themselves is where you start to see some differentiation from its non-Pro brothers, with the main difference being the lack of the silicone ear fins. It was a bit worrisome as those fins really did help to keep a tight seal in the ears. With the Pixel Buds Pro, it's kind of awkward at first because you need to get them in your ears and then turn them to tighten them up, but surprisingly they fit really comfortably for me and also provided a strong seal that even my aggressive shake test couldn't undo. Now, I will say that I have what I'd consider to be a pretty standard ear shape, and I almost never have a problem with earbuds staying in, which I know isn't the case for everyone, but I was even able to work out with these without any issues. The earbuds also come with an IPX4 sweat resistance rating, which is great, while the case comes with an IPX2 rating, which is also nice to have. Now, the last thing I want to say about the design, 1 week later, I really appreciate how low profile the Pixel Buds are. They don't protrude out of my ears too much or have any awkward looking stems, and again, it's impressive that Google was able to maintain this slimmer profile despite beefing it up considerably when it comes to features. And let's talk a little bit more in detail about the functionality and features of the Pixel Buds Pro. First off, pairing these up with your device is really easy to do, particularly if you're on an Android device. You can see here that when I first open up these next to my Pixel 6a, you get an automatic pop-up notification asking if you'd like to pair up the Pixel Buds, which is great. After pairing these up, the setup process will walk you through a variety of different steps. There's a fit test to see if the ear tips that you have are providing the right seal. You can set up voice-activated Google Assistant, and though it's not here yet, Google did say that the Pixel Buds Pro will support 3D spatial audio, which I know a lot of folks are excited about. The Pixel Buds Pro can also quick connect to multiple devices, making it much easier to jump from your phone to say your laptop. Now, once all set up, the way to navigate the Pixel Buds is to use the built-in touch capacitive buttons to do things like jump between ANC and transparency mode, pause, play, and skip tracks, and even adjust the volume. Overall, the tap functions work really well on the Pixel Buds Pro. They're intuitive and respond well. I'm not the biggest fan of the gestures to adjust the volume. Most of the time it did the opposite of what I wanted it to do, which can make for some painful listening experiences if you're trying to lower the volume and it keeps going up. Long pressing to jump between active noise cancellation and transparency mode is easy enough, and skipping between tracks with the taps works really well. Now, when it comes to battery life, the Pixel Buds Pro boasts some pretty good numbers here. Google claims that the buds with ANC off can last 11 hours on a full charge, with a fully charged case providing a total of 31 hours, which is pretty nuts. With the ANC on, the Pixel Buds are projected to last 7 hours of listening on a full charge, with a total of 20 hours with the fully charged case, which is better than a lot of the competition out there. Plus, the case supports wireless charging, which is great, and if you run out of juice on the Pixel Buds, the case can provide an hour of listening with just a 5-minute charge. Now, it's a bit early for me to have really pressure tested the battery on these guys, but so far in my testing, things have been looking pretty optimistic, and it's great that I can confidently use these for long listening sessions. But let's talk about the most prominent new feature that Google brings to the table that no doubt makes these Pixel Buds quote-unquote pro, and that of course is the active noise cancellation. Google uses a custom processor with proprietary algorithms to detect the ambient noise around your environment in order to optimally cancel them out. And look, ANC is becoming ubiquitous across the earbuds landscape, so it may not sound like a big deal, but the important thing to keep in mind is that there are some companies that do ANC really well and others that just put in absolute trash only to claim that it has it. And as far as the Pixel Buds Pro are concerned, I'm happy to say that it's the former. The active noise cancellation not only performs really well, it doesn't have any hissing or any of that pressurized cabin feeling or any other indicators that suggest a cheap system is being used here. Once the NC is activated, there's a noticeable reduction in the ambient noise around you, and it makes listening to whatever it is you're listening to significantly more immersive. In my benchmarking against the AirPods Pro, I gotta say it's pretty close. The AirPods may inch out a close win, but it's by a hair or two, and no doubt this is an impressive first implementation of this technology by Google. The transparency mode is not as good as the ANC, but it's still pretty decent. It does a good job of providing a relatively natural letting in of ambient noise, but it's not as good with your own voice when talking with the transparency mode on. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with how elegantly this new technology has been integrated into the Pixel Buds Pro, and to me, it's a major differentiator to its non-Pro brothers. But let's face it, all these positives are kind of worth nothing if this final component isn't up to par, and here of course I'm talking about sound quality. Now, the Pixel Buds have a history of providing pretty decent sound quality in their lineup, and I was curious to see how these would perform, as the Pixel Buds Pro are equipped with 11mm custom drivers and takes advantage of a feature called Volume EQ that automatically adjusts the sound settings based on what volume you're listening at for optimized audio. And overall, when it comes to audio quality, again, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed. It's a rich and full sound that has a very nice balanced profile where not one component is overpowering the other. For those wondering how the low end is, it's not a thundering bass, but it's not something that I would describe as lacking by any means. It's a very tight controlled bass that will still get your head bopping but won't drown out the mids or highs. The listening experience is particularly great with the ANC on. There's no loss in quality, very clean, very immersive. Depending on how good your seal is, it's possible you'll find the sound coming out of the Pixel Buds Pro to be a tad fuller, but the AirPods does have a slight edge when it comes to soundstage. All that to say, dude, the Pixel Buds Pro as a package is pretty dope, way more than what I expected. It checks all the boxes of what I look for in a quote-unquote pro pair of earbuds, and I'm almost left looking around for something that I would consider a notable flaw. And in doing so, the only potential one that comes to mind might be the price tag. $199 is quite a pretty penny for earbuds. And look, the bottom line is, if you don't care or need active noise cancellation, you should pass on these and just go with the Pixel Buds A series. It's half the price and the sound quality is pretty commensurate with what I'm getting out of these guys. But if you are in the market for a nicer pair of earbuds that do have those pro features, the Pixel Buds Pro should be on your radar, as it's pretty competitively priced in that regard. This is especially true if you're pretty deep in the Android ecosystem, as I feel as though these are the closest things to AirPods for Android. They sound great, they're super easy to connect and use, and 1 week later they perform really well, I'm not gonna lie. Now, time will tell if these stack up against a very competitive wireless earbud landscape, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think Google hit a home run with the Pixel Buds Pro? Or do you think it's too little too late for them to make a splash in this very crowded pool? Curious to get your thoughts, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. Okay, that's about it for this review. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you guys found it useful. Again, I really appreciate it. Check out these other reviews if you're looking for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.